Okay, for this particular assignment, I created a Google site, which I will use in consort with the Edmondo app to create an online classroom environment. I chose grade 4 social studies, wherein students are learning about regions of Canada. For the purpose of this assignment, we're going to assume that in past lessons they have already learned about or different aspects of the regions in Canada. And this particular lesson aims to develop a student's understanding of the impacts of industry on the environment and how environmental characteristics influence industrial development. So sort of how the two concepts are interrelated. In order to further narrow down this subject area, students are going to be tackling this according to the Cordillera region. So that's their focus of inquiry. So students would come to this web page. They'd consult the topic of the week for a brief introduction of what they were going to be learning about. So they could click on this link, which I encourage you to do. However, from there they would be directed to assignment 1. So we're going to click on the link here in the homework assignment section. And it redirects us to the page that explains the assignment. Here it says there are 4 resources outlined in the Assignment 1 Links tab on the right-hand side of the page, and those are required to review in order to complete this assignment. So we go over here to the Assignment 1 Links section, and we're going to click there. And again, we're redirected to that page. Here it gives a outline again of what the assignment is, and then if we scroll down, it gives the actual links for the assignment. Unfortunately, they have come out of order of the order that I posted them in. However, I'm going to click on them in the order that I intended them to be reviewed. There's little instructions here for what students are to pay attention to in each resource. So we're going to click on the first one, and it is the Regions Review activity. So we click on that, and it opens up. And it's actually a content app that reviews information about each of the regions in Canada. So we're going to load the audio. However, I'm going to turn it off because it becomes distracting over the video. So once the audio is loaded, I actually paused it, and it redirects you to this page. So we're going to click on the glossary to move on to the next one. And it gives you each of the regions in Canada and a little blurb about each of them. And once you click through them all, students were, of course, to specifically look at the Cordillera region. So once you click through them all, the app, once you go to the next page, wherein it's a short sort of quiz to refresh their knowledge on the previous page. So it gives you a little fact, and you are to match that fact with the appropriate region. And if you do it wrong, then it tells you to try again. So that's all that app is. So from there, we're going to go back to Assignment 1 links, and we'll move on to the next one, which is the encyclopedia. And from there to read about the Cordillera region. So once the page is loaded, students are to scroll down to find the information that they need for the assignment, and then they move on to the next link, which is the Cordillera video. So I'm going to click on the link for this one. Unfortunately, it's not going to work unless you're logged into your OERB account, which is the Ontario Education Resource Bank. I've emailed the link to the video separately, or sorry, an actual file for the video. I have it here on my desktop, just so that you could access it. I had uploaded the video as a little file on the website prior to this. However, it wasn't counterintuitive to click on it, so I took that out and just provided the link. So just pretend that the link works and review the video on your own time. The next one is the Great Bear Rainforest video. So we click on that, and it opens up in YouTube. So you can see here that it opens up the YouTube video. So once students have reviewed all 4 of those, then they are to do the homework assignment and submit it to the Edmondo app. So there's a link for it right here. There's also one, the Edmondo app invite. So we're just going to click on that. So the link is specific to the classroom that I have created in Edmondo. So that's why it says here, join your group now, and it's Mrs. Gerard's grade 4th group. So I've actually created maybe a dozen or so fake students on this account. And a couple of them have submitted homework so that you could review and kind of see how this app would work. So I'm going to sign in as one of my fake students now. Oops. So once you're logged in as a student, you're directed to the Edmondo page for Mrs. Gerard's grade 4th group. Ideally, I would have only released the assignment 1 information first, and then after everyone has handed in assignment 1, then I would post assignment 2, and after that I would post the quiz. But because you need access to all 3 of these in order to grade this assignment, all of them are available all at once. So anyway, we're going to scroll down to assignment 1, and you can see here there is a turn in option. So this teacher had already created the assignment and uploaded it. It goes to it gets posted to the discussion board, and students then click on the turn in function. And I have a fake assignment done. So let me just post that. And this gets sent to the teacher privately. So from there, we're going to return to this website, and we're going to go and check out assignment 2. Assignment 2 is actually linked to assignment 1. The teacher would have reviewed assignment 1 and looked for the common topics that these students identified in all of the resources they were provided that related to industries present in the Cordillera region. From there, the teacher would have assigned students a group on Edmondo that corresponded to one of the topics. So students would click on here to see what the assignment was about, and they would learn that they're going to be invited to a specific research group on Edmondo, and from there they're to post a brief summary of an article that relates to their topic of the group that they're in, and each of them are to post an article that is different from that of the students that are already in their group. So this would, of course, involve some sort of collaboration with students in their group. So we're going to look at the groups have already been assigned because I wanted you to be able to see how it would all work. So if we go here, they're in the Mrs. Gerard's grade 4th class group. And if we go to show all, they're also in the forestry industry group. So if we click on that, we're taken to the forestry industry group's discussion board. So from here, you see that there is a description of assignment 2 as per the other website. They're given specific instructions to not use the turn in function. Rather, they are to submit their assignment on the discussion board. So Mrs. Gerard, the teacher, had posted an example of what the summary was supposed to look like. So she provided a summary of the article, a link to the article. Her group was the tourism and recreation topic, and this is, of course, is in the Cordillera region, so BC. And then the environmental impacts of tourism in the Cordillera region. So here we can see that John D, he is another member of the forestry industry group. So he chose to talk about deforestation. He provided a summary of his article and then the link to the article. And here we can see that Tess T, another student in the group, has warned students that he is doing his article about BC logging of old growth forests and how they affect climate change. So don't use this article. So you can see here, students are communicating with one another in their group. So once students had contributed to their group in completing assignment 2 and posting assignment 2 on their discussion board, they would be directed to the next portion of the course, which is the quiz. So we're going to go back to the home page, and once we're on the home page, we're going to check out the information for the Edmondo quiz. So here it's explained to students that there'll be a multiple choice quiz on their Edmondo app, and it'll be about facts from the Cordillera region, resources from assignment 1, so those were the assignment 1 links, and from information collected from your online group research post from assignment 2. I will open up each of the groups so that you can share your work with the whole class. You are to review the article summaries of your group and of other groups so you can learn from each other's research. So if we go back to Edmondo, I've actually logged into the teacher account so you can understand what I'm talking about. And we see here, it's pretty much similar to all the other ones, or to the student ones we were looking at. There's the grade 4th group, and if I go to show all groups, you can see we've already looked at the fishing industry group, or sorry, the forestry industry group, but there's also a fishing industry group and a mining industry group. So if we go back to my home page here, you can see that I have links posted to my page from students in other groups that we couldn't see before. So Jane D, she's in the fisheries group. Before we were just looking at the forestry ones. And this new student is in the mining group, so they posted an article about mining. So the idea is that the teacher would go and invite students into all of the groups. So we click on one, and we go to members. We can add members, and I can choose to add all members. So if I did this, then all of the students in my grade 4th group would now have access to the fishing industry group. So I would do that for all 3 groups, the fishing industry, forestry industry, and mining industry, so that students could review the articles that other students posted, as this will be important to the quiz. So I'm going to sign out and sign in as a different student now. So after the student has reviewed the resources we looked at for assignment 1 and has read the articles over that all of the students had contributed to the discussion boards, they would take the cumulative quiz. They could, of course, take notes outside their computer to reference for the quiz. So we click on Take Quiz, and we'll start the quiz. And then they're given a whole bunch of questions that relate to both the resources that they had looked at via video and online, and through student discussion posts. So they would go through, do the quiz, and then the marks from that quiz go back to the teacher. And that is about everything. So yeah, I encourage you to go through the website in detail, and I will send you the login information for the Edmondo classroom so that you can review all the information that I posted there. And that's everything. Thank you very much.